I kind of explain how gold allows for, it becomes the medium for exchange, the communication, for value. Sorry, I just did press ups, I shouldn't have done that. But, okay, let me breathe. Okay, I'm going to catch my breath somewhere throughout this video. But be it that gold cannot be corrupted, could not be corrupted for the time that it was not corrupted. It allows for the undisturbed communication of value and for its ability to be stored and represented. As a result, a civilization can have greater, grander aims that do not get disturbed, be it that they have something that they cannot corrupt or destroy or have any intent on destroying. As a result, the gold can be used perpetually as a good representative marker, an instrument for representing value, and it's like a language that everyone speaks. That allows for that communication in an almost universal sense, that they're able to understand value through time and value of their reality, what they have now, etc., etc. Now, be it that the main benefit of the money is the result of what happens when you have that undisturbed communication, okay? So it's not even like the money is valuable, it's just that its properties allow for this disconnected civilization of human beings to organize and effectively communicate and become a collective body to do great things. So if you can replicate or achieve that same effect of group cooperation and coordination in an undisturbed manner, that allows for almost a collective objective or collective consciousness. The thing is, I'm thinking about gold and I'm thinking, okay, just because I had the undisturbed medium, the better money, is it what got us here? Is it the result of one individual? Was it one individual's aim who incentivized everyone to work towards a goal based off of their monetary reward? I mean, it's confusing. It's not confusing because I just don't know what happened. I don't know if one person had the goal and said, hey, we're going to work towards this, or is the gold, the reward of gold in the objective? Is it, is the objective producing value? Is the objective going to steal it from someone? As a result, we should work together to do this, to steal, to rob, to go to war, to make sure that we're powerful enough to go to war, make sure that we're industrial enough. Is it the aim of one individual, or does it require a collective? Is it dependent upon a collective spirit? Is it dependent upon a collective consciousness, a will? Is it dependent upon someone telling us to do something? Because that really gets us into where I'm trying to go with this. But yeah, if someone can create something that results in the desired effect of undisturbed communication amongst this collective, disconnected human beings, upon which either consciousness is joined together to create a collective consciousness, or consciousness is connected together to serve a will, either the will of another or the collective will. Okay, so when you have that, you can go past money. You can bypass even Bitcoin in a way. Yeah, this is the only threat to Bitcoin's true value accrual, is if someone gets the desired effect of what money is meant to do, all without using money. Okay, now the only way I've really been thinking about this is, again, that this, remember, the thing is connecting or having that communication in almost a mental sense, almost a consciousness sense, to create a collective brain amongst everyone, upon which they will be incentivized to do things. It's not just, the internet gave us a collective brain in a way, even though it's kind of weak, but there's no incentive to do anything. So it's like the incentive must be the signal. Now with Apple, it kind of is that entwined tool with the human being, okay? So they're almost like a cyborg right now. Now I've been using my phone. I go to other countries and I may need to pull out Google Translate. Well, I just do it on my phone. I might not be able to speak to someone, but then realize, we can use Google Translate. I pull out the phone and it just does the communication for us, or it translates for us. And again, I said money is that communication tool, that language that everyone speaks. If you have gold, people understand the value of it, and it allows for the cooperation and communication based off of the shared understanding of value. And when you have a device like your phone, and it allowed for that currency to flow amongst two people who didn't speak the same language, it became the medium that allowed for the undisrupted communication of the message. It's like, even that is a benefit. You can now work together with this person. You can now understand this person, through this medium of the device. Now, again, there's a added value of allowing for that shared communication, but then what gets it to that next level of being like money is if you have the ability to direct the will or give the incentive so that you have the collective effect of the the society or its people, to create the economy, to create the civilization. That's what happens when people, well, that's the aim, for everyone to work together, for a shared objective. Now, the risk with the phone is that it's unlikely to be the shared objective of the collective will or the collective consciousness, the true spirit. And it will most likely be that this is someone else's technology, to be like fiat, to be, you are just a servant to its will. Now, again, when we say going past money, is that it will be a trick. It will be a trick. So when you're using this device, when you're that entwined with it, okay, that is entwined with your consciousness, really and truly, and it becomes the medium for which you interact with reality. It has done the first step of increasing the currency flow amongst people, disconnected people who may not even speak the same language, who can now have a cultural understanding amongst each other. So it's created that currency flow where you're getting that greater step closer to creating that world brain via a technology like this. So that's the first step. But then in order to steer this now world brain, you need to give them the incentive. Okay, so once the technology is that entwined with you, you perfect the art of directing the will. That could be algorithms. Algorithms change how you think. They change how you behave. They change your spending habits. They change your worldview. They learn you, okay? They learn how to steer you, okay? So they will be practicing that. The first place in which you interact with an algorithm is your phone, okay? So it will really be entwined with you. It would have learned you. The phone will be speaking to you because it will be like your mentor, because it will be, this is how we get into that world of steering and shaping the will of those who are connected, who are extensions of this almost parasite device, this parasite network upon which their will, they're like ants. It's like a fungi, really truly, this technology. But again, it's getting us to this world, or creating that world brain. But it won't be, I really don't think it will be the extension of the true human consciousness, the true human spirit. It will be intercepted by the fiat spirit, whoever that is, whoever owns this technology. And their will intercept these individuals who have been learned and who can be manipulated. So once you're conquered onto this platform, someone like Musk wants X to be the everything platform. But when you have that, when you have people intertwined and dependent upon the device, you need the Apple Pay, etc. Boop, boop, bap, tip, tip, tap. Your life can only, your currency flow can only occur on this device. You can't do it without this device. From there, you can really pull the trick where you have your incentive machine. You have your incentive machine where you can direct the will of the individual via the incentive, which will be the monetary credit. Apple could really issue their own money, really and truly. They can issue their own bank. They can create their own money. I don't think you understand. It's like a video game. They can create their own money, really and truly. This is what money does. This is the magic of money. When you can override the will based off of incentive, based off on desire, fear, greed. So Apple could really issue their own currency and be their own little nation. Yeah, be it that you're interacting and experiencing life via their platform, for one, but they could issue their own currency and make you their citizen, okay, upon which they will give you a credit, this is how we get to the signal. This is how you get signal from the central hive. You're given, this is what UBI, CBDC is. It's not real money, okay? So even your account being credited is an illusion. It's not money. It is the signal. It will come with an incentive. It will say, hey, do this job. We'll give you X amount, okay? But you are, the value is that you are their resource. You're both a data resource. You're also a conscious agent who exists here in the real world. The algorithm can have you eating Tide Pods, okay? The algorithm will learn you to steer you to have you be that agent in the world, and they can issue the incentive, which will just be your account being credited, okay? Apple's probably got enough money to give everyone $10, okay? Or 10, like a stable coin, USDT, Tether. It's like Tether has the real dollars, and then they issue the Tether stable coin, which exists within the cryptoverse, within the crypto realm, which gives you that autonomy to have a dollar representative token. That's not really the dollar. It's just called, USDT. But it's really just, it's just a unit that maintains a similar value based on the fact that it can be, I don't know what the word is, like you claim the equivalent amount of dollars. But you in a way would have to follow Tether's rules, okay? But with something like Apple, they've got enough money, really and truly. They don't even really need money because you're their asset. Their race, basically, since you have been conquered onto this, you kind of do have value. You are their agent, their extension of their hive mind, like an ant. You're an extension of it. You're an extension of it in the world. Really, your consciousness will not be separated from the will of this advanced hive mind system, protocol, platform. Okay, so really you're worth more than $10, but they could just issue you a credit. And again, this credit, this number, this UBI, this CBDC, whatever you want to call it, this Apple token, it will come with incentive. It will say, you know, for pick up the trash in your community, you get $10. But what you have to understand is that it's not money. It's not money. It's incentive. Is directed will. Okay, and this is how you get this advanced civilization, who is the extension of technology. Okay, but what they are paid is not money. Again, this will not be allowed to leave the system. The Apple token can't leave the Apple platform. Neither can you, really and truly, if your whole life is dependent upon it for currency flow. Then you can't even leave. You yourself can't leave. And that's the true value of that technology, of their company, be it that they have all these agents who have given up their conscious will to be an extension of the will of this system. Okay, so in that case, you don't need money, because you have a economy of people who will be doing their job. Who will be doing what you want them to do, Like, I think about like a village where people have, you know, everyone's doing their job. People are collecting the food. Some people are hunting. Some people looking after the kids. It's like when you have that collective understanding amongst each other, you don't really need money. Everyone just, like, it's a day-to-day thing. You're going to go hunt. You're going to cook the food. You're going to look after kids, raise them, train them, educate them. You don't need money for that. And that's the end stage of, it's like you started off with that and then you end up, I feel like that this whole point in time is just to get us to a stage of, we started with that, where you serve the collective spirit of the family, the community, and now we've gone full circle to working out how to get this to these free human beings to serve the will of one. Yeah, instead of you just all existing in this moneyless community, this village, where you're all just here on earth with the moon and the stars and the nature, and you just running your community, no money. You just have that that collective communication, that collective consciousness amongst each other. And this whole operation is working out how to disrupt that and get you to do what we want. Yeah, you will work for no money, but you'll be doing what the singular will wants of the person who wants to be God over this realm. But when you see that, when you're using this device, this Apple device, whatever, that you become an extension of its will, it overrides your conscious will, and the money becomes the signal. Okay, instead of money allowing for the signal of human consciousness and a human conscious will to create a collective objective, money becomes the signal extension of the hive machine, the platform, whatever. Okay. And them crediting your account is not money. It's just a signal. It's going to come with incentive. It can issue incentive. It can create incentive. It's not really money. You're really in the post-money world, upon which they've worked out how to get people to do something, to override the will. You do as you're told. You serve the will of the one individual who has now become God via this technology over you. Okay, you're disconnected from understanding true value. You're disconnected from understanding the value of the number. When your account is credited, you think you are rich. You're here to be a servant. You're here to serve. You're here to follow the rules. But your understanding is limited. You don't even understand that you've lost conscious will. Okay, so we can achieve this Apple stuff. It really is a threat to Bitcoin, because it is a threat to consciousness. Okay, where you'll be doing work. You're like an ant. You're in like ant receiving the pheromone. These lot study this. They study ants, they study fungi, they study bees. You know what I mean? They're always thinking about this one collective machine, this hive. They study bees and the queen bee. How does the queen bee control the hive? How does the queen bee be one singular person having an army of worker bees? They study all this stuff. They study fungi. They study plants. They study pheromones. They study everything. To you, they're just an animal. You're just a less advanced animal. This human civilization, okay? And this technology really is the parasite. But I think I kind of need to repeat it to explain to you how you can go post-money once you achieve the same effects, you know what I mean, of what money is intended to do, okay? But this allows for, instead of having to battle the collective spirit of the collective, and if they reach higher consciousness, then you're battling against that. Yeah, but we're trying to corrupt that. We're trying to intercept that. On this planet, we're trying to become God. Yeah, we're not trying to have people... God gave you free will, but we don't care about that. We're trying to find every experiment to override the will so that you can be crowned God. You can tell people what to do. The algorithm is learning you to override the will, to learn you. You know what I mean? You wake up, you stare at it. Okay, you even said, thank you God, I woke up today. You just pull out shorts. You pull out. It's like the world is not what The world is not built on shorts. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me explain what I'm saying. The world is not built on shorts, or the future will not be built on shorts. But behind the shorts is the technology. Behind the shorts is the experiment. Okay, so right now you have something nice, funny, bunch of lights in your face, bunch of funny videos. But behind that, behind all the shiny lights, is the experiment on overriding the will, understanding consciousness. Okay, so you're interacting with crazy technology, you're interacting with demonic shit, but you got nice funny lights and funny videos of black people doing funny stuff and your favorite white comedians and all this, wherever you're watching. You know what I mean? But yeah, these are thinking of advanced times. Okay, so for you, you're just a sacrifice. You understand? You're just here staring at in the 2020s, staring at your screen, laughing. You just want time to pass, really truly. We all just want time to pass to get out of here. But you're just a sacrifice, okay? But to reiterate, how many minutes, man? 21 minutes, okay? Yeah, so that is the purpose, to reach this post-money world where money is the collective communication instrument. But we're trying to you're trying to get the same effect via this technology, something like Apple, the iPhone, the intertwining of the human with it, for it to be the platform, for it to be the currency increaser, and then to be given the incentive signal, which you're in the illusionary world of receiving a credit, a number. You're really property of Apple. I'm really serious. They can really issue their own money. They can really credit your account with Apple tokens to give you the Apple incentive to exist within the Apple ecosystem, like it's some organism ecosystem that they call it. But to be property of Apple, to finalize this experiment, you don't need money in this age, because money, your understanding of it, you think what you've been credited with is money, but it's not. Okay, you're an extension of a system. And when the money is credited, it's not money, it's just a signal. Yeah, they'll say what needs to be done and it will communicate with you. You're like a cyborg. The system will communicate with you and tell you what to do. And it'll be represented as some nice, funny video, some algorithm, some credit to your account. It really is that type of advanced, where you're scrolling your Twitter feed, you're scrolling Instagram, and right now we're looking at human beings who've uploaded stuff, etc., etc. Then we reach the second stage, of which, yes, things have been uploaded by real human beings, but now we can construct your feed in a certain way so that it really is like a Frankenstein zombie of something that looks real, but is heavily constructed to have now an artificial narrative or an artificial intended effect upon your consciousness. And then the next stage of that, in a true advancement, is you're scrolling your feed and the entire feed is not even real. You know what I mean? We've got AI, we've got Sora, we've got things that look real. But what you're scrolling is now every single pixel of that is AI generated. It's an illusion. You know what I mean? Everything you're scrolling is not real. It never existed. But it looks like 2020 Instagram Reels, scrolling, you type the comments, you see the comments are meant to have effect on your consciousness. It's all fake. It's all fake. You can't even tell the difference now. You don't even know when it happened, that your feed went from being AI constructed off of things that humans created to just being one entire dream feed of nothing being real. You can't even verify it. You don't even know if it's a human creator. Look, I think I can end that there. I'm kind of tired of talking, it's messing me up. And this is a little additional note, but the surrealness of that, I don't think people will get it with my explanation that everything not being real. What I mean is that imagine a device that has some advanced GPU chip within it, and it's got some software within it, but the device is entirely not internet connected. It's offline. It's like a brick, really and truly. But you can open it up or you can look at its screen and it basically has no internet connection. It has no real even connection to the reality in an internet-based sense. But it can show you, all artificially generated, all AI simulated, a YouTube feed that is entirely made up. Like it's a device that is not even connected to the internet. Like imagine your phone right now is not connected to the internet, not possible for even to be connected to the internet, has no memory, has like 4 megabytes of memory. It only stores the memory for the code for image generation and the data for, historical feed generation. And it's like magic where you open it up, you can scroll Instagram, but every single pixel is image generation. It's not an actual, it's a dream, it's an illusion. It's not an actual web page that you're navigating. If you can see it, it's like you're zooming out and you're seeing, you're seeing that it truly isn't real. Do you know what I mean? It truly isn't real. It's not like the content that you're being shown is made up. No, the act of scrolling the screen, it is not real. Okay, in terms of what you're being shown, it's like, imagine going 3,000 years into the future and people want to see what it's like or what it was like for someone in the 2020s to scroll their phone, and they have this same simulating device which will simulate comments. It's not even simulating it, it's just creating it. It's like image generation, like a video. You can type in, show me a video of someone walking down the street staring at the phone, and it will show you, and it may show you things happening in the background. It may show you the sounds of people talking, the environment, cars driving by, a plane flying in the sky, some pigeons, and it's showing you something that looks so real, but none of it is real. It's just a replicating device. Okay, and this person 3,000 years from now wants to know what it was like for human beings to stare at this device called the phone, and it's going to generate everything. It's going to generate comments. It's going to generate ads on the side. It's going to have people going on long comments, battling each other. You can extend it. You can open it up, click on it. It's going to have the bot comments, but every single pixel on that thing, on that non-internet, 3,000 years from now, you won't be able to connect back to the internet server of yesteryears, of 2,000 years ago. That won't even be here. But this device will be able to recreate an entire illusion of what it was like. And that's what I'm trying to say, what your phone will be. That will be a very advanced device that can keep a person entertained, essentially, with something that's not even real. Your phone could be that right now. You wouldn't even know. But you do know, because we have the internet and we can, you can't sell your whole lie, but your feed and your screen can be constructed in a way to be like that.